with me to discuss stills and all things, just beautiful images captured for the OJHL, Tim Bates of OJHL Images. So tell us, what, first of all, is OJHL Images all about?
We come up with a project to basically fix the fragmented photography efforts of the league, and what we did is we brought in a professional system based on the National Hockey League model and Getty Images model, and what we did is we changed our photography right from the grassroots level. We started taking photographers, training them, teaching them certain systems that was used internationally in press rooms, etc., and bringing the standards of the photography up to the league to the point where it is now, where we're producing very professional images.
So why did that need to be done? What were some of the problems that the league was going through?
Well, the big thing that we wanted to do is introduce a new brand of OJHL Images to the league to basically highlight our players that are in the league, to give them an opportunity to see high-quality game action images. We concentrate on a couple of things: ISO shots, which is an individual shot, your hockey card shot, so to speak, and then we concentrate on the game action photos. So we try to throw in a bit of a mix, and it caught off like wildfire, and through the efforts of some really good people. We have 22 photographers from Kingston to Buffalo, and the support of the players, it become an amazing thing.
So, I mean, you mentioned there are 22 photographers, but obviously you're a big part of it. We've heard that you've been to just about every rink this year. Of all the teams that you've seen this season, these two teams notwithstanding, who have you liked so far?
You know, it's the incredible thing is, certainly I know it's talked about a lot during interviews, is the Northeast Conference is an incredible conference of hockey. The difference on any given night is who comes to play. So I've been thoroughly impressed by the quality of hockey I've seen throughout the league. And I said, from Kingston to Buffalo, we've been seen some incredible hockey games this year. So it's been an amazing thing, especially in the Northeast. Certainly is one of the strongest.
And obviously we've covered the Northeast quite a bit here, but you've seen the Southwest as well. Some of our viewers might not be as familiar. We've seen now that Georgetown has moved on, Oakville's moved on. Who do you think would pose a bigger threat for the Cougars if they find a way past, well, first Wellington and then Trenton in the next round?
You know, it's going to be an incredible series. I'm awestruck in regards to how close the games have been. Certainly the next series between Georgetown and Oakville and the Southwest is going to be an absolutely incredible series. The physicality alone is incredible, and the standard of hockey play. I mean, as photographers, you might say, what's the score at the end of the game? We're kind of go, I really don't know. But I can tell you that it's just, we get caught sometimes actually watching the game, and because we're just so awestruck by the talent and abilities of these players that are out there, it's incredible.
What's it been like working with some of these players in terms of capturing these images, and have the teams been responsive? I can imagine they'd love to see themselves on those big images.
It's been incredible, and I think one of the highlights for me is I shoot with the Hall of Fame and the National Hockey League on some venues, and I guess a real highlight was a couple of years ago when you see a player that goes through the league that is very successful in the NHL draft, and then you end up going to the NHL Combines, and there's the OJHL player that's there. Devin Shore from Dallas was the example, and he's there, and you're shooting him at the Combines, and then eventually his draft picture when he gets drafted to the NHL. It's a thrill, and what's a thrill for us is a relationship that our photographers have with our players, which is an incredible bond that we've established, and it's treasured by our photographers. I can tell you that.
It's absolutely surreal. It's the same sort of thing when you're watching the World Juniors and you see a couple of those players and you remember them all of a sudden 3-4 years down the road when they appear on your favorite NHL team. It really is something watching players develop. So obviously you've shot at all the rinks this year. We've got a bit of a bias here in Coburg, but which rink would you say is your favorite to shoot in terms of the lighting, the aesthetics, and I don't know, just in terms of your favorites?
Yeah, that's a certainly big thing for us. I think as we progress through, this is year 5, one of the things, to answer it politically without getting owners really ticked at me, one of the things that we want to do and move towards is obviously we have a beautiful venue here in Coburg. This rink's second to none without question. Lighting's superb. We had guys assigned to the World Junior A Challenge here, so it's an incredible place to shoot. But we want to move towards employing some photography holes for us, so that we're not shooting through scratched up glass, which is tough. But this is certainly one of the best facilities in the league, and just the seating for the fans. I don't think there's a bad seat in the house, so it's certainly a favorite for me, and it's close for me. So a lot of kilometers on over the last little while.
So it's a lot. I like asking a parent who their favorite child is. You got to give a democratic answer, of course. But if you had to pick a favorite image that you've taken this year, what would it be?
For me personally, it's so hard because as the director of photography, my chief editor edits all the photos, and then they go to me for the final, basically yes or no before they make the site. So I see so many incredible images. But there was a shot just recently Andy Corno took of a player going laterally through the air. I didn't take the image, but I still appreciate the fact that it's a really great shot. Eddie McPherson from Wellington just got a great shot of a guy jumping through the air. So and Amy DeRoche, Trenton. I mean, we have, without naming all my photographers, there's been so many different favorites to the year. It's been incredible. Personally, there's just so many shots. It's hard to type it down to one particular shot. A lot of great moments.
Well, and of course, a big moment that stands out this season for Cougars fans was when Stefano Durante got to play his brother in Mississauga for the very first time. Describe what it was like capturing some of those moments.
It was a rare thing. I don't think I can recall where goalie brother played brother, and it was an amazing event. We knew it was going to happen. I was, it was my honor to shoot the game. We shot some very candid shots. And when we got the two of them on the ice, brother on brother, it was a really emotional moment. And this league is incredible because you get caught up in the emotions of the moment, and for us to be able to capture it in a photograph to kind of chronicle the journey. And I say that all the time. Our job is to chronicle the journey of these players, and they're such class people. That's what completely mesmerizes me all the time and impresses me is the class of the individual we have playing in this league.
Tim, where can folks find your work?
They can go on to you can certainly go on to the OJHL website, and there's a link there, but we're at ojhlimages.photoshelter.com, but the easiest way is you can Google us. We're number one in Google, so we're proud of that fact. Or just go on to the league's website, and there's links, and you can and search for any player that's in the league and run their names.
Well, be sure to check that out. Tim Bates from OJHL Images, thanks so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.